good, all my Ruthless addicts? It is your girl Dikahn, and I am here to bring you a Ruthless recap. Ruthless Season 3 has returned with Episode 1 entitled The Calming. They're back. Yes, y'all. Ruthless has returned with a freaking vengeance. And I'm just here to let you guys know, hold on tight because this is crazy. So when we start off with the episode, we see that Andrew is at the compound. He's gathering a couple of soldiers so that he can go and basically track down Lacey, Paula, and Oliver, who have escaped in Lilo. We also see Elder Mother Marva, who is making her way somewhere. For this moment, we don't know where she's going, but then we find out she makes her way to the boys' trailer where the boys are preparing. Majority of the boys are soldiers, so they are preparing, for war. They're getting their weapons ready, they're checking bunks, waking everybody up, making sure that, everybody is situated for this whole wartime situation that's about to go down. Now, Marva goes into that trailer and she gathers one of the boys and tells him that he has to be a sacrifice. A sacrifice for what, Marva? Okay, so listen, y'all, this is crazy. Obviously, Marva knows what the highest does with these boys because she takes this one young man, tells him to take his clothes off, and she puts a chain, literally like a leash, around his neck. Now, then we get to the point where River has made his way from out of the current trailer that he is in. He's staggering over, and just so happened Ruth sees him and she helps him up, and then she takes him over into the kitchen trailer, to try to help him out, try to calm him down. Then we have, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm gonna make this real quick because I got 3 episodes I gotta get through. But then we have the ladies, Lacey and Paula and Oliver. Unfortunately, the vehicle has broken down. There, as you can see, there's smoke coming out of the hood. So basically, there's some engine failure. Now, how in the world? I guess maybe because the car has sat there for a little bit. But dang, Lilo, you riding around on the engine that wasn't quite right. What's up with that? So anyway, the lady said we have to come up with a plan. And so Oliver says basically what I thought he would say. I'm gonna stay here and hold them off while you guys, there's a house up the street, there's an old couple, run to that house and have them call the police. And everybody runs to that house. So there's also a house that Oliver points out, and they say, well, why don't we just go to this house right here? It's like literally right here. Y'all, Oliver says don't go to that house. So there's obviously something up with that particular house. If you guys remember on the Oval, was that one of the houses that they went to? Manny and 2 of the other soldiers, and they found Bobby and Max in that house. Is that the same house? Okay, that's something that we'll have to think about. But anyway, you guys, so then we see Ruth as well as a River back in the kitchen. We got the R&R duo going on, y'all. In the midst of all this conversation, those 2, at the end of the day, River is all about the money. Ruth said to him, you need to get off of this compound because what are you going to do about Daikon? And River with confidence basically says, I'm going to handle Daikon. Now, the question, y'all, the question that we had from the last season has been answered. Do you guys see River's foot? And also, Ruth offers River some hot tea. She says it will warm you. So the question as to whether or not the cooler was plugged up has been confirmed. Yes, Oliver was in the cooler and his foot has frostbite or close to frostbite, which obviously meant that the cooler was plugged up. Okay, y'all, I gotta admit it. I was wrong, but semi-wrong. Not only was he oxygen deprived, he was also in that joint freezing. So yeah, to those of you that said that the freezer was on and plugged up, congratulations, good job. You guys y'all did it because your girl was wrong, y'all. I just thought her boy was out of oxygen. I really just thought he was out of oxygen. So anyway, River looks out the window and he sees elder mother Marva. He sees what she's about to do and he tells Ruth, don't let her do that to that boy. He knew, he remembers what was done to William, and so he doesn't want the same thing to happen to this boy. But elder mother Marva is just so insistent to the point where she's even trying to fight Ruth. And at this point, Ruth is not with it. She basically grabs the boy by the chain, tells him go back to your trailer, and the boy is like, okay, do I stay, do I go? Because you got two elder mothers standing there arguing over something that he doesn't know what he needs to do. So anyway, the two ladies, like I said, they are arguing, and funny part, y'all, Marva tried it one last time. She tried to hit Ruth, and y'all, I like how they played this. Ruth is so respectful that she would never hit another elder woman. And when I tell y'all, Marva is elderly. She's elderly for real. So Ruth, she did not have to hit her, but she did move out of her way so that hit did not contact, or that hit did not connect. And Marva ended up falling on the floor, y'all. She ended up falling on the floor. So with that being said, Marva, she put it to her. She let her know, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to calm the highest. You can go back to your trailer. I don't care. Basically, I don't care what you do when you get to your trailer, but you need to go back to your trailer. Let me go deal with the highest. So along with now, and if it wasn't for River telling Ruth that she needed to go and try to calm the highest, let me tell y'all, can I say that Daikon would have been gone, literally gone, kapoots, cut to pieces. Okay, so somebody asked, well, and yes, Dikahn lived, and somebody asked, well, where did the blood come from? Well, the highest put a nice little slice right down Daikon's arm, and of course, he probably hit a little artery and it shot the blood up. But back to what I was saying. Fortunately, Ruth stepped in. Even though the highest told her not to come to his trailer, she went in there anyway. She did her thing. She basically went in there to calm the highest. Now, with her calming the highest, a lot of things had to be revealed. And basically the one question that had to be revealed in front of Daikon was the fact that Ruth was having sex with the highest. Now, listen, y'all, Daikon was pissed. We know he was pissed. And I don't think he was more pissed at the fact that she had sex, that it was Ruth that had sex with the highest. It's just the fact that somebody else had sex with the highest. Unfortunately, it makes it look even bad that both of them are having sex with the same woman. So at the end of the day, Ruth did what she had to do. She saved Daikon, because at first, Daikon was, telling her, Ruth, I'm not leaving. And I'm sitting here yelling, man, get your behind out that trailer while you got the chance. And so the highest, at first the highest was like, he's not going anywhere. But Ruth did her magic. She calmed the highest down to a point where he finally said, okay, Daikon, get out. But can I tell y'all, before Daikon finally got out, Ruth had to stop a little fire out of him. Like, I'm in control. I'm running this. You are just going to have to fall in line Daikon, he was confused, but he finally got up, made his way out of that trailer, and Ruth, basically, she helped the highest get into a bath. Shout out to Melissa L. Williams, y'all. Can I tell y'all make sure y'all paying attention to that scene, the dynamic of Ruth, the highest, as well as Daikon, that conversation, the dialogue that Melissa L. Williams had to give out. Kudos to her. She killed that. So then, y'all, we see Joan, poor Joan, pitiful Joan. She's over there feeling sorry for herself. Sis is over there tying up this little purple rope, trying to make her own little noose. Y'all, did the rope really have to be purple? But it was. So anyway, she's over there tying up her rope, and up walks River. Now she sees River, and she's thinking he's a ghost, and she's like, "You're not alive. You're dead. You were in the cooler." So finally, after a little bit of back and forth with this quote unquote ghost, she realizes, because of a joke that he makes, "Oh yeah, you really are alive." But y'all, sis was ready to check out. She didn't care about none of that. She was ready to check out. So then they say, "Okay, well, let's go to our post." Now, I don't know if they did this on purpose or if this was a mistake that they just didn't cut out. But they say, "Let's go to our post," and River starts to walk away. Well, Joan says, "Isn't this our post right here?" And they both laugh and walk inside of that trailer, which of course is the finance trailer. All right, then we have Marva. She's stressed out. She doesn't know what to do. However, Zane actually helped her go to her trailer, because basically that's where Ruth sent her, and she told her to help her up. But anyway, y'all, so then of course, Marva, she needs her little special brew. She needs to calm down. So she tells Zane, give her that jar underneath that the cloth that's over there by her sewing machine. So Zane gives her the special brew. Knock, knock, knock at the door, and here comes Daikon. Now, y'all know Marva, elder mother Marva, cannot stand Daikon. So any little pain that happens to him, guess what? She's all right with it. She could care less. And she didn't. She didn't care at all. So then Marva, Daikon is telling her, "Look, I'm gonna need you to sew me up. If you sew me up, the highest won't be mad at you. I'll make sure that he's not upset with you." So basically, after a whole lot of dialogue, a whole lot of arguing, y'all look at this, because Marva is literally eating this up. Like, "Oh, now you need me. You talk so much trash to me. Now you need me to help you. Well, what happened to you? It doesn't matter what happened to him. Marva, sew the man's arm up so Daikon doesn't die." And basically, Daikon lets her know, "If you let me die, you gonna die too. But if you don't let me die, then you will be spared by the highest." So then, y'all, we see Oliver is acting out his plan. He is up in the tree. He is getting ready to take aim at whoever pulls up. And basically, we see Andrew, Manny, as well as a couple of other soldiers, trying to see what's going on, because up ahead they see that there's a car that has been stopped. Now, Manny real gangster, because Manny just sacrificed one of his own soldiers just to see where Oliver was at. And basically, what Oliver and what Andrew and Manny suspected actually happened. Oliver was up in that tree. He used a little bit of firepower to go at the soldiers and Manny and Andrew, and shot at him. He was, basically, so anybody that walked out was going to get shot. So they all end up getting out of their vehicles, but one of the soldiers, like I said, was sacrificed. He ended up getting shot. And so now they're standing behind, they're on the side of their car as a barricade, basically using their cars as barricades. Then Manny gets a phone call. He gets a phone call from Daikon, and basically Daikon asks him, where you at, what's going on, and so he lets him know the situation, that they basically got Oliver cornered. And but so then anyway, y'all, Daikon says, "Let me speak to Andrew." So he talks to Andrew. That's when Andrew confirms that, yeah, I'm gonna bring him back. Daikon lets Andrew know, "Don't be so sure of yourself." But we talking about Andrew. Andrew pretty much has been getting just about everything handled. for the most part, he's been getting everything handled. Daikon doesn't like that as well, because that's another position that he's probably going to lose. So, especially if Andrew brings Oliver back to that Rockadusha compound, y'all. So then we're at the scene where Ruth has finally gotten the highest all the way into the tub. She's got the blood off of him, and she's sitting there, she's talking to him. She's literally being a mother to him, even though they have a sexual energy, but she's being a mother to him, and she's listening to him. So basically, what Melissa, I'm sorry y'all, shout out to Melissa Williams, because her name is on my mind, but basically Ruth talks the highest into what's going to save everybody. She basically tells the highest. Now the highest comes up with his own little plan. He can say that he's basically going to try to tell the cartel that Lilo killed himself, however, or that he shot himself. However, then Ruth says, well, why don't you say that the deserters shot Lilo, and you brought them back to the compound, and basically you killed them at the compound. Now, sis got game. Ruth has game, y'all. She literally made the highest think that was his idea. She made him think that was his idea, and he went for it. He went for it, y'all. He sincerely, he just say he went for it, y'all. That's all I can say. He fell for it. Oh yeah, that, basically that's a good plan. It really was a good plan. Unfortunately, the highest mind wasn't clear enough, but Ruth made him feel like it was his plan. So after some torture and sewing up Daikon's arm, Daikon finally is able to leave Marva's trailer. Now Marva putting pressure on Daikon. She was seriously hurting him, but she's like, it wasn't on purpose. If this was on purpose, it would have felt like this. And of course, at this point, I can't even say that Daikon was being a big old baby, because that was a long slash, and you talking about being slashed with a sword. So Marva was initially supposed to give Daikon a drink, some kind of drink to help with the pain. However, Daikon did not trust Marva, so Daikon gave that drink to one of the soldiers. So you probably got a soldier on the compound that's high as on the way right about now, high, calm, and everything else. So Marva told him, because he was saying, I need something for the pain. She said, I tried to give you something for the pain, but you gave it to your soldier. So anyway, he sends, Marva sent Zane back to the trailer to get another drink. And I don't know, they don't show whether or not Daikon drinks it. However, Daikon he's finally walking out of the trailer after some arguing with Elder Mother Marva, as always, because that's just what they do. And so Marva, she sends Zane out of the trailer again, but she tells her, basically come back and clean this blood from the wicked. And of course, she calls Daikon wicked. He can't be nothing but wicked, okay? So then we see River and Joan. They are in the finance trailer. River is getting high because whatever Ruth gave him, it's making him feel good. And they basically just having a conversation, trying to figure out whether or not they should still be trusting Ruth. And, River is like, I don't trust her, but I respect her, because she's handling her business. She's doing her thing. So finally, y'all, the ladies, Lacey and Paula, make their way to the house of the elderly couple, or the older couple, and the girls, they pass by the truck, they go into their porch, and the door is locked. They're banging. Yes, that truck is out there, but they're banging on that door, and nobody is answering. And of course, at any time in the morning or any time of the day, somebody come banging at your door, you're not going to be so fast to go and see who it is without making sure you got your strap. So the girls go, Paula says, well, we can't, Lacey says, well, we can't just sit out here. What should we do? So Paula, sorry y'all, Lacey, she's semi gangster when she's not crying. She grabs a flower pot and breaks open the old couple's front door glass so that they can basically open the door from the inside. So they go in, they're looking for a phone, and they don't see a phone, and they're looking. They walk into another side of the house, and they are ran out of the house by Ned. Matter of fact, no, they run out of the house, y'all. Sorry about that. They run out of the house and they go back in the house for something, and then just so happened Ned and wifey there with their guns. Like, who the heck are you? And that's the end of this episode. The ladies are face to face with a gun, and the couple is like, who the heck are you? So they got some explaining to do. The episode ends right there. Y'all, that's about it. That's it for episode 1. So I'm going to come back, season 3, episode 1. So I will be right back with with episode 2 to give you guys a review. But when I tell y'all these 3 episodes were crazy, they were crazy action, back to back to back to back to back. To me, in my opinion, y'all, not a dry point at all. Not a dry point at all, y'all. All right, y'all, that's it. I will see you guys later. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. And make sure you share. Share this content with your friends. Please, please, please. And thank you, guys. All right, I'll see y'all later. Y'all stay ruthless. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, All Things Ruthless, where I, your girl, Dikahn, will usher you all of the latest Ruthless content.